Standard 7, chapter number 12, algebraic expressions. First of all, we are going to understand what is expression. An expression is combined using variables and constants to make an algebraic expressions. Now you may be thinking what are variable and what are constants. So variables are x, y, z that we are taking in a term, and constants are the number that we take as 4 or 100 or minus 17 or any number, and the x and the variable letters that we are going to use or we are using, that is x, y, l, m, etc. from a to z. We can take any character as variable. Now what is exactly the meaning of variable? The value of variable varies. Varies means the variable can take various values. Its value is not fixed, so variable can have any value. On the other hand, the constant is having a fixed value throughout the expression. So expressions are formed by using two things, that is variable and constant. And also we have studied in the previous chapter of this standard, chapter 4, we have already come across expressions like 4x plus 5 and 10y minus 10. These are the examples that are given to you. These are the expressions in which there are terms. The expressions 4x plus 5 is obtained from variable x. See, here we are using variable x. The first by multiplying x by the constant 4. So 4 is multiplied with the x and then adding 5 as a constant to the product. This is the multiplication and this is the addition. Now we are using addition, subtraction, multiplication and division with the expressions. So this is the chapter related to the expressions. We have to form the expressions. Now I'm going to explain you what is term. This is one term. So I'm going to explain you what is term. Now first of all, we are going to understand terms of an expression. So to understand what terms of an expression is and their factors are, so considering the expression that 4x plus 5, this is an expression given to us, and in this expression there are two terms, first term and the second term. This is constant, this is having variable. This is forming an expression. We are adding two terms and it is forming an expression. So this is two terms with addition and it is called an expression. Now we are going to understand what does term consist of. What are the things that are in this one term? So factors of the terms we are going to understand first. So here an expression is given to us. This is 4x square minus 3xy. So there are two terms in this. This is the first term, that is 4x square. So this is the term and there are two terms in this, 4x square and minus 3xy. So terms, and this is the way how to show. This is a tree structure to show that the factors of terms. So 4x square, this is 4 multiplied by x square. Now if we find the factors, that how many factors are there in this term, so 4 multiplied by x, these are the factors of this term, and this is the whole expression given to us. Now the second term of this expression is minus 3xy. So what are the factors in this minus 3xy? So minus 3 is one factor, x is another factor, and y is the another factor of this term of this expression. So there will be questions related to this figure, that you have to draw a tree structure of the given expression by showing the terms and factors separately. So better understand this very clearly. Let's see one more example of the expression and finding the terms and the factors. So this is the expression given to us, 5xy plus 10. Now this is an expression because there are two terms in it and there is an addition sign used in it. So when we are using addition, multiplication, division or subtraction in between two terms, that is called as an expression. And the terms of this expressions, there are two terms, one is having variable and one is constant. So these are the two terms shown differently and it is written terms. These are the two terms and this is constant, so there is no factors in this, and there are three factors over here. Factor first is 5, that is in positive, x is the another factor, and the y is the another factor of this term, of this expression. Hope you have understood. Let's move on to the coefficient, how to find the coefficient of given of any term. And what is coefficient? So what is exactly coefficient of the term? So the numerical factor is said to be the numerical coefficient or simply the coefficient of the term. Now how to understand this? Suppose phi xy is given to us. Now what is the coefficient in this term? Phi is the coefficient of the term. This is the term, and phi, that is the numerical value, that is the coefficient of the term. So for tan xy z, what is the coefficient over here? The numerical value before any variable, that is the coefficient of that term. So this is the term tan xyz, and tan is the coefficient of xyz. Now let me show you for the minus values. This is the term given to us as minus 7x square y square. Now this is a negative value over here. So what is the coefficient of this term? This is the term. What is the coefficient? So minus 7, not 7, it is minus 7. So minus 7 is the coefficient of the term, that is x square y square. So whatever the numerical value is given to us before any variable, that is the coefficient of that term. It's very simple. Now there are different types of terms. There are monomials, binomials, trinomials, and polynomials. To simply understand this, monomial means having a single term. Now single term means just as written as 7x y. So this is any expressions with only one term is called monomial. So any expression with only one term is called monomial. So and the terms are given as 7xy, and this is comma, minus 5m, this is single term, this is single term. So single terms are referred to as monomial, a single term. Now suppose if we are using two terms with a plus or minus or multiplication or division sign, then it is called a binomial. For example, let me show you over here, my m minus 5. So this is binomial as it is written over here. This is binomial. A term, two terms, in between two terms there is a plus, minus or any other sign, then they are called as binomials, because this is one term, this is another term, there is a plus or minus sign in between them. So that's why it is called as binomial. In the same way, if there are three terms, the x plus y plus 7. Now here there is, this is the first term, that is x, this is the second term, that is y, this is the third term, that is 7. So this is called as trinomial. It can be written as in a different way, ab plus a plus b. Now this ab is in multiplication form, and this is plus a plus b. So multiplication, addition, addition. So these are three terms. So it is called as trinomial. It is written over here. In an expression one or more term is called as polynomial. So thus monomial, binomial, and trinomial are all called as polynomials. Understood? Even monomial, binomial, and trinomial are also called as polynomial. And if there are more than three terms, then also it is called as polynomials. Now let's start the exercise 12.1. Standard 7, chapter 12, algebraic expression, exercise 12.1. Question number 1. Get the algebraic expressions in the following cases using variables, constant, and arithmetic operations. Now some 8 situations are given to us. From the situations we have to create an algebraic expressions. Let's start. As you have already studied this kind of questions in chapter number 4, little bit advanced in this chapter. So let's start question number 4. Subtraction of z from y. Now we are going to subtract z from y. So y will come first, and subtraction, and then z. So this is the solution of the first. Just you have to write that subtraction of z from y is equals to y minus z. This is the solution. So I am not writing it in the notebook, I am just explaining you in the textbook. So you better write down with the question and the answer. So 1/2 of the sum of number x and y. 1/2 of the sum. So 1/2 means 1 upon 2, and they are saying the sum of number x and y. So in a bracket this is multiplication, and in a bracket x plus y. So half into bracket x plus y is the solution. So the number z multiplied by itself. So z multiplied by z, that is going to be z square. So this is the solution. It's easy. You just have to apply your logic how the question is asking what is the solution. You just have to apply your logic after reading. If you can't understand, read the question 2-3 times. You have to just apply your logic. 1/4 of the product of number p and q. 1/4 means 1 upon 4, and the product means multiplication. So when there is no sign written in between two terms, that means it is multiplication. So 1/4 multiplied by p q, number p and q. Question number 5, number x and y both squared and added. So x is also squared and y is also squared, and they are added. So we can write it as x square plus y square. So number 5 added to 3 times the product. See, number 5 that is added to the 3 times of the product of number m and n. So 3 times means 3, and the product of m and n, that is m and 3 multiplied by m multiplied by n plus 5 is added. So 3mn plus 5. This is the solution. Question number 6, product of number y and z subtracted from 10. So first we have to write 10, because this y and z is subtracted from 10. So 10 minus yz. This is the expression. Sum of number AB. Sum of number AB, that is a plus b, is subtracted from their product. So subtraction from the product. So product is written first, then the subtraction and the addition of a and b. So ab minus a plus b. This is the solution. Let's move on to question number 2. Hope you have understood how to find the expressions from the given cases. Question 2 is saying there are 2 parts in this question 2. Identify the terms and their factors in the following expressions. Show the terms and factors by tree diagram. As I explained in this introduction video, how to draw tree diagrams of the given expressions. So let's see. So the first expression is given to us as x minus 3. This is the term. Now these are the factors. So x is the first factor and minus 3. So minus 3 is the factor. So these are the 2 factors. For question 2, number 2, 1 plus x square. So this is an expression. These are the terms. 1, this is the first term, x is the another term, and x square is the another term. And the factors are 1, x, and this is x square. So there are 2x. So these are the factors of the given terms and the expression. This is the whole expression. These are the number of terms, and these are the factors of the related term. Question 3, y minus y cube. So y is the first term and y cube, that is in the negative. So minus y cube. Now what is going to be the coefficient of this? Whenever there is no number given to us before any variable and there is a negative sign, so means this is minus 1. So minus 1 y cube. So these are the factors of this term, and y is the factor of the term y. This is just y. So you have to write in this way terms and factors of the given expression. 5xy square plus 7x square y. These are the 2 terms in the expression given to us. So terms, this is the first term, this is the second term. 5xy square and 7x square y. Now writing the factors. Factors is equals to, this is 5, that is coefficient, x, y square is y. In the same way over here, 7 is the coefficient, x square means x, and y. These are the factors of this term of this whole expression. Remaining 2 are, you are going to try it by yourself. So it will give you a practice how to draw a tree structure of the given expression to show the terms and factors. Question number 2, part 2, identify terms and factors in the expressions given below. Now we have to find the terms and factors and we have to show it in a different way, not in a tree structure, because in this question it was asking for tree structure and now they are saying that to identify the terms and factors in this expression. Now we have to show that what is the term and what are the factors. So part 2 of question 2, this is the expression that is given to us. This is the term that we are going to separate from the expressions, and we are also going to show the factors of each term. So the first is given as minus 4x plus 5. So there are two terms. The first term is minus 4x and the second term is 5. And the factors of the first term, that is minus 4 and x. Two factors over here, that is minus 4 and x. There are two factors, minus 4 and x, in this single term. And there is just 5 in this term. So factor is also 5. For the same way, second, for minus 4x plus 5y, so minus 4x is one term and 5y is another term. And the factors are minus 4 and x, here 5 and y. The same way, similarly, you can just see over here, the whole table I have explained. Now it is very clear what is term and what is, you only just remember that this is term 1, this is term 2. If there is one more plus over here and something is written over here, then that is the third term. So as you can see over here, 1.2ab minus 2.4b plus 3.6a, this is trinomial, and there are three terms over here. This is first term, second term and third term. So it is written over here as 1.2ab minus 2.4b and 3.6a. And what are the factors? 1.2a and b. See, 1.2a and b. And in this minus 2.4 and b, and in this 3.6 and a. Question number 3, identify the numerical coefficients of the terms other than constant. Now we have to find the coefficient of the given terms other than the constant. Constants are not considered in this question in the following expressions. These are the expressions given to us. Now the first expression is given to us as 5 minus 3t square. Let's find out the coefficient of the term in which there is variable other than the constant. So wherever there is constant, we don't have to find the coefficient of it, that particular constant. We just have to find the coefficient of the variable. Let's see. So the first question is given to us 5 minus 3t square. So this is the term other than constant. We don't have to include constant while showing the coefficient. So constant is ignored, and this is the term that is having a variable. So minus 3t square, and minus 3 is the coefficient of the term. So I have written over here that coefficient, this is minus 3. Now here 1 plus t square plus t cube. Now 1 is the constant that we have to remove. We have to not to consider this other than the constant. So constant is removed. So t plus t square plus t cube. So t is one term, t square is another term, and t cube is the another term. And when there is nothing written before the term and only variable is given to us and there is no sign, so it is plus 1 over here. So the coefficient of this t is 1. T square is also 1 because there is nothing over here, so it is 1, and t cube is also having the coefficient as 1 over here. We have to consider, suppose if this is minus, then this is going to be as minus 1. We will see in the upcoming expressions. Let's go on to the second one. Third one, x plus 2x, y plus 3y. Now here all three are having variables, and there is not a single constant in this. So all three are the terms that we have to consider. So x is the first term, 2xy is the second term, and 3y is the third term. And the coefficient here x, it is not having anything. So what will be the coefficient? Yes, 1. So 1 is the coefficient. Now here already 2 is given to us. So the coefficient is 2, and here 3 is already given to us, that is 3. Same way you can see for 100m and 1000n. So 100m and 1000n, these are not the constants, they are having variables, so they are not the constant. So we have to consider both the terms. So 100m coefficient is 100 and 1000n, that is coefficient is 1000. The similar way, minus p square q square plus 7pq. So both are the terms. So minus p square q square, now see, nothing is given as a number over here and there is a negative sign. So we have to consider this as 1. So it is minus 1. So coefficient is minus 1. When there is not given anything over here, it means it is minus 1 if there is a negative sign. And here 7 is given, so 7 is the coefficient of this term, so 7. Similarly, you can see and understand the remaining by yourself. Let's move on to question number 4. Question number 4, there are two questions, two parts are given in this question. Identify term which contains x. Now the variable is given to us, we have to deal for only the variable x, the term which contains x, and give the coefficient of x. Wherever there is x, whatever the value is before the x, that is the coefficient of that term. So we have to consider only for this. Here nothing is as x, so we don't have to consider this. Y square x, so y square is going to be the coefficient of this x. Here this is not considered because it is not x, so this is considered. 8y is the coefficient. Let's see how to solve this. So make a table like this, expression, term x and coefficient of x. I am going to explain one, the part 2 you are going to do it by yourself because it is saying that you have to find for the term y. This is for x, so I am going to explain one, then another one you can do it by yourself. So number 1, y square x plus y. So here which term is having x? So this is the first term that is having x, so we will consider it as y square as x. And what is the coefficient of the x? So here the coefficient of x, whatever the value is written before the x, that is going to be as the coefficient of the x. So y square is the coefficient of the x. The same way, second, 13y square minus 8yx. So here there is no x, so this is not considered. We are going to consider this. So minus 8yx, term x, and what is the coefficient? Whatever is before the x, that is the coefficient. So minus 8y is before x, so this is the coefficient, minus 8y. The same way, x plus y plus z, there is nothing in this 2 as x, this is only x, so we are going to take this x as the term x. And what is, there is nothing before this x, so 1 is to be considered, so 1 is the coefficient. As I explained in the previous question, when there is not written anything before the variable, you have to consider it as 1. So phi plus z plus zx, these two are not considered, there is no x in this 2, so this is zx. Zx is the term that we are considering, and what is the coefficient? Whatever the value is before the x, that is the coefficient. So here z is the coefficient of the x. The same way, 1 plus xy, 1 is not considered as it is constant. X and xy are two terms, x and xy. So here there is nothing before x, so it is 1, and the coefficient of xy is y. Let's move on to the next one, 12xy square plus 25. So what is the coefficient of this term? This is constant, this is not considered, so 12xy square. So 12xy square, 12 and y square are the coefficient of x, so 12y square we are going to consider. 7x plus xy square, so both the terms are having the variable x, so both are considered, 7x and xy square. Here 7 is the coefficient and y square is the coefficient of this x. So here comes the solution of part A. Part B, try to do it by yourself. It is exact same, just we have to consider for y, as we in this part A it was for x, the second part is saying for the y. Try to do it by yourself. There are only 3 questions in part B. It will be easy for you to understand. Let's move on to question number 5. Question number 5, classify into monomials, binomial and trinomial. This is the most easiest question of this exercise. Now wherever there is single term, it is monomial. When there are 2 terms, it is binomial. When there are 3 terms, it is trinomial. So the first For monomial I will write m, for binomial I will write b, and for trinomial I will write t. So let's see. First there are two terms, so it is binomial. Second it is single term, so it is monomial. Three terms, trinomial. Single term, monomial. How many terms? Yes, three terms. What will be? Trinomial. How many terms? Two terms. So it is binomial. How many terms over here? 1 and 2. So binomial. This is single term. So monomial. Try it by yourself in your mind. How many terms? 1, 2 and 3. So it is trinomial. How many terms? 2 terms. So it is binomial. Again 2 terms, binomial. And how many terms? 1, 2 and 3. So trinomial. So this is the solution. You will write the full names in your fair notebook. Binomial, monomial and trinomial, wherever it is applied. Let's move on to question number 6. Question number 6 is saying state whether a given pair of terms is of like or unlike terms. Now the key factor to find like terms and unlike terms is related to the variable and its power. Wherever the variable is same and the power is also same with the given number, then those terms are like terms. If the variable is same but the powers are different, then they are unlike terms. So let's start for the first 1 and 100. These both are constant. So for like terms I will write L. So this is like term. See, minus 7x. We have to consider x, and here also there is x. We don't have to consider this coefficient. We have to consider the variable. So x both same. This is like term. Minus 29x minus 29y. These are two different variables. We have to consider only the variables, and they should have the same alphabet and the same power. So here alphabets are different. This is x, this is y. So this is unlike. So for unlike I will write u. For the fourth one, 14xy and 42yx. See, the position is interchanged, but both are having the same variables, x and y and x. So though the position is changed, power is same, both are having single power. So this is like term. Now 4m square p, and here it is 4m p square. So here m is square and here p is square. So both are different. See, here m square, so here m is having no value. It is just single. So this is unlike. So 12xz and here 12x square z square. So here there is no power and here there is power. So this is unlike. Power should also be same of the variable. Let's move on to question number 7. Identify like terms in the following. So now we have to find the like terms. So let's start minus xy square. So it is xy square. Wherever there is xy square, it is like terms. So these two are like terms. Though there is a constant value, here not constant value is given. So considering it as 1 over here. So xy square and xy square. Just compare the variables and their powers. So comparing the variable and power, xy square and this is xy square. I will show you how to solve this. As I have written all the like terms of both the question, as I have written like terms of part A and part B both over here, you can see and you can compare. Just only think and remember in your mind that you have to compare the variable and its power. If variable and power are same, then the terms are like terms. So this is the solution of question number 7. Here comes the end of exercise 12.1. Hope you have understood. We'll meet in next exercise of this chapter 12.2. Till then, take care. Goodbye.